Do you want a federal election this fall?
Yes, because change is good.
I would think so, just because of recent events with what's happening with Trudeau and, awarding grants and et cetera to different companies that he's related to in some way or another. So, yeah, I think so. He may get reelected, but in fairness, I think there should be absolutely an election.
I do not want a federal election this fall. The cost, the expense of going through an election is just so unnecessary, especially when those funds could be resourced to during this pandemic to really necessary places, issues, and people.
We don't need one if the government is willing to cooperate with the opposition parties, but so if there's a federal election, it will be because the government has decided to trigger one by putting out a thrown speech that the opposition will find unacceptable.
Yes, I think so. I think given everything that's happened in the world recently and seeing politicians kind of under stress in a very difficult time, actually has caused a lot of people to be more aware of what we're doing. So I think an election would be really good because people are more aware, have more time to think and be critical of what's going on.
I would prefer if there wasn't a federal election this fall, just because I think everybody right now is already very stressed with everything that's happening in the world. Adding an election on top of that is probably just going to add too much stress in the lives of Canadians.
The minority governments usually last about 2 years on average, or maybe a little less. I think it would be too soon, and I honestly don't think that they're going to vote down the government. I don't think there's enough opposition votes to do that. Maybe, I think somebody was threatening that, the Bloc, but I don't know that they're ready, especially with the pandemic and everything. It's best to just stay the course for now. Maybe next year, maybe next fall.
Because I think what it would mean would result in about 2 months of politicians focusing on the election as opposed to trying to deal with rather pressing needs that the country has.
No, I don't. I think it'd be just too soon. I think we need to wait until this pandemic, we're past this pandemic, and the dust settles, and then we can assess whether this current government is fit to rule.
I think there has to be one. I just think it's bad timing. Because coronavirus, everything, I don't think everyone's going to get the proper chance that they can get to broadcast themselves.